Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So today, we got a pretty serious show for you guys here today. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this is a video, or rather, this is a story that I was totally unaware of. Now, as you guys know, we've been poking fun at Lebron this week during his China tour, where he had the videos where he was up there bricking shots and all of that. We've been having a very good laugh about that. But apparently something serious occurred in the background that I must have not been paying attention to. So this afternoon or this morning, Mitch sent me over a topic about LeBron allegedly writing a letter to the Chinese government or something like that. I'm like, the Chinese, what's going on here? Well, as you guys know, there's a backstory to this with LeBron James in China. It really goes back to the time when Daryl Morey put out those tweets that really got himself in trouble with the NBA. I want to quickly read from an article here from Sporting News. It says, the Daryl Morey controversy explained how a tweet created a costly rift between the NBA and China. It continues on. With just one tweet, Daryl Morey set off a geopolitical firestorm. The Rockets general manager found himself at the center of controversy after he sent out a seemingly straightforward message on social media. But Morey's 6-word post pushed the NBA into a difficult dilemma with China, and there doesn't appear to be a simple resolution in sight. It says, what did Daryl Morey tweet? In a since deleted tweet on October 4th, Morey shared an image with the slogan, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." I believe this is the tweet there. Why did this tweet spark so much controversy? Morey inadvertently inserted the NBA in the middle of a heated debate over civil rights and extradition laws. A piece of legislation introduced over the summer in Hong Kong proposed the ability to extradite criminal suspects back to China, dropping them into a Chinese justice system in which most criminal trials end in a conviction. There were immediate concerns about protecting the civil rights of citizens and preventing them from being targeted unfairly. The nature of the bill inspired numerous anti-government, pro-democracy protests, and some of the demonstrations turned violent. Chief executive of Hong Kong, later declared the bill dead, but only withdrew it after months of protesters demanding she formally do so. How did the Rockets react to the China tweets? It says here, Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta quickly distanced the organization from Morey's comments, and Morey later walked back his statements. All-star guard James Harden also publicly apologized to China in the aftermath of Morey's tweets. So this is Tillman Fertitta's post here. It says, listen, Morey does not speak for the Houston Rockets. Our presence in Tokyo is all about the promotion of the NBA internationally, and we are not a political organization. So that's really the backdrop of what he said. But then something else happened, which was LeBron James was then asked to weigh in on what Daryl Morey said, and LeBron James did not hide his feelings about what Morey did. So what we want to do is want to play what LeBron James had to say about what Morey said at the time, and then want to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what LeBron had to say then.
I felt like with this particular situation, it was something not only was I, not informed enough about. I just felt like it was something that not only myself or my teammates or our organization had enough information to even talk about it at that point in time, and we still feel the same way.
How do you think the league handled the situation
overall? I'm not sure. I'm not here to judge how the league handled the situation. I just think that, when you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about, the tweet itself, you never know the ramifications that can happen. We all seen what that did. Not only did for our league, but for all of us in America, for people in China as well. And sometimes you have to think through things that you say that may cause harm, not only for yourself, but for the majority of people. And I think that's just a prime example of that. I'll give you a one-on-one exclusive because you're my guy.
LeBron, there was a report that you guys met with Adam while you were in China. Did you feel like he was receptive to what you guys had to say when you guys met?
I think Adam has always been receptive about what the players and the coaches and the owners or whoever kind of have comments about our league. And at that particular time, I thought he was very receptive as well. It's a tough situation for Adam as well, having to put out such a fire that he didn't create, that he didn't start. I believe it was great for him to come, from Tokyo to come to Shanghai, and for him to have a meeting with us and for us to have our opinions and what we felt was best going forward, not only for Adam and the league, but for all of us.
Would you go back if the league asked the Lakers to go back? Would you want to go back?
I've always, for me personally, like I said, I've always been welcome with open arms. I've been to China probably over 15 to 20 times. And the main reason I've always wanted to go back to China is because of the game of basketball. The game of basketball has brought people together in so many different facets, so many different countries, different people that you would never, ever expect. And that's always been my goal, going over to China, to be able to have the game that we all cover, this beautiful game of basketball that we all love and talk about every single day, to be able to bring people together in such the most positive way. And that's where we're there as well this past trip. Myself and the Lakers along with Brooklyn, we were there to continue to promote the game of basketball, because the game of basketball is all over the world, not only in China, but in India and Africa and America and so on and so on. And that's what I will continue to do, because this sport has done so much for me.
Excellent. So you heard what LeBron James had to say. So this morning I was going through the internet here and I came across this information that Mitch sent to me, where it says this from an Awful Announcing article. It says LeBron James reportedly did not personally write essay that appeared in Chinese newspaper. It said The Athletics is clarifying a viral story from Monday as James tours China for an anniversary tour with Nike. So it then continues on. A day after reports surfaced that LeBron James had published an op-ed in the Chinese state-run People's Daily newspaper, the James camp is correcting the record. Over at The Athletic, longtime James chronicler Joe Varndam reports that the paper published a transcript of a press event he conducted with its reporters. It says, despite James' name being attached to the story, two sources close to James confirmed that he did not submit an essay to the People's Daily. Instead, he conducted group interviews with reporters in the two cities he visited. Those sources stated that the words attributed to James in the article were accurate, but they were not exclusive to any news outlet. They were not submitted to anyone as an essay or opinion editorial. Early Monday, snippets of James' supposed op-ed made the rounds on American news outlets, with coverage predictably split along partisan lines. James' comments reportedly amounted to appreciation of the country and its people. Considering James's role in the NBA's relationship with China, this so-called essay carried special weight. James is on an anniversary tour of the country with Nike, but 6 years ago, he was one of the most vocal supporters of the country's leadership after then Houston Rockets executive Daryl Morey expressed support for the independence of the city of Hong Kong. Given that James has a lifetime contract with Nike and is increasingly involved as a Hollywood executive and business investor, it is understandable that James would be mindful of his reputation in China. It has proven harder to manage amid the latest tour that he likely expected. So you heard you heard the breakdown. I think I gave you guys all the pertinent information that you needed to kind of get the gist of what's going on here. What are my thoughts about this? Well, LeBron is protecting his interests. There's just no other way to summarize it, folks. He's protecting his interests. It's what people do. People usually protect their interests. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. He has a lifetime contract, as the article detailed, has a lifetime contract with Nike. So he's going to do everything that protects that relationship. And having a general manager like Daryl Morey go out there and say something like that, it hurts the NBA's relationship with China. And that's a market that they've been trying to grow ever since they got Yao Ming, which really opened up the market for them. It's one of the reasons why you see players that play for the Houston Rockets are so popular over there. Tracy McGrady, Steve Francis at one time, James Harden. When you play for the Rockets, that was Yao Ming's team. So, this doesn't surprise me one way or the other. when it comes to LeBron, man. I don't get into the games of, when people say he's a justice fighter and all of that. I leave it to those people to kind of parrot those talking points and push those ideas and narratives, right? If wrong is wrong, it should be wrong everywhere in the world, all right? I mean, that would make sense, right? That would mean what? You're morally consistent. But if wrong is only wrong when it comes to this group and then is right when it comes to that group, then you're not morally consistent. But people are going to make excuses and say, oh, no, this is that. It's only wrong when they do it to me, but it's not wrong when they do it to others. Whatever justification people need to do to make themselves feel better about the reasons they support various people, it's up to them, right? I'm not here to get bogged down into it because it doesn't surprise me. That's human beings for you. All right, that's human beings for you. This is just what the report is saying. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.